Next segment, I'd like to welcome up to the stage our next keynote speaker, who is Mr. Azizan Osman, founder of Richworks International. He's going to be expressing his thoughts on the topic of why community building and event marketing are the most powerful channels for getting loyal audiences.
Asia's #1 marketing maestro, Azizan Osman.
So how do you build a brand and business people love? Because until I figured this out, I kept failing business after business, year after year. But once I got it, we grew exponentially. So I want to challenge you all to think differently in today's online world. To go back to fundamentals, to go back to building community and having real conversations. Because we all want the same thing: health, wealth, love, and happiness. And perhaps more importantly, making an impact. Ultimately, it's about transforming lives. This is our work. This is our mission.
All right. How's everyone? Still alive? How many of you are still alive? Please put up your hand. Thank you. All right. So I'm going to spend time and share with you for the next probably 20 to 30 minutes about what works, what we have done over the years. Just to share with you, I'm from Malaysia. That's why I'm wearing this today. I'm proud of Malaysia, and I just want to introduce our common custom clothes in Malaysia. So let me start with, I started or involved in advertising marketing since 2001. I've experienced in managing marketing project for our biggest client, telco company in Malaysia, called Telecom Malaysia. I've experienced working with Standard Chartered Bank, HSBC. But my specialization is a bit different because I really involved with conversation before we conversion. So what do? I involve a lot, since 2001, I involved a lot with face-to-face marketing. We created events, roadshows, and until 2008, I've decided to change the way I do things. And if I can tell you an honest part of the whole journey, if you would like to hear something honest from me. Anyone want to hear something honest from me? Yes. Marketing and advertising is a waste of time if you don't build the community. You see, when we spend a lot of money on advertising, it's wasted if you don't capture them into the right database. If you don't bring them into a community form and having the real conversations with them, speak to them, listen to them, really understand what do they want, what do they really want out of it. So in 2008, I decided to build my own brand. And how do I started to build that was like, I got a few entrepreneurs who came to me and asked for advice. And then I realized that a lot of people do not know how to build a proper advertising marketing strategy. And since then, we launched our own event company, which involved in a lot of seminars. In 2008, I had only 9 people in the classroom, and then we grew in 1 year to 4,500 people. And then now we are running at about 12,000 to 15,000 people in one event. So that will be our front part of the business, but the back end part of the business, I run an accredited advertising agency. So how do we get our clients? from all those events. So 2008 until 2014, we ran, the largest, the biggest numbers that we had was 126,000 participants in a year in managing event for the whole participants. That was the first part of the whole journey, which we created a lot of loyal audiences and raving fans. People start to engage more with us, start to share with us about what do they want, what else do they want. By 2014, I realized that because of the digitalization and social media world, we moved from running a lot of events to run a lot of online events. We built community, we use Facebook group. I have few millions followers and my videos being watched like 48 million viewers. And I realized that I want to share with you these two sides of the whole thing. The first part will be building the online community will allow you to nurture the prospect becoming the real customer, and from customer, convert them to be your client. So that you could actually you could buy 3 things from them, or you could gain 3 things from them. How many of you would like to know what would be that 3 things that we can get from them? Anyone? No? Not interested to know? Anyone would like to know? Please put up your hand, thank you. First, if you bring them into your community, online community, like if you build Facebook, in Malaysia we use Facebook, WhatsApp, Telegram group, we bring them into a group, regardless whether they already buy your brand, they already trust your brand, or no, if they, I heard a lot, like panelists mentioned about creating content. We created a lot of contents every day. So when you created the content, people tend to say like your Facebook or IG, Instagram, you know, what would be the next step? Our next step would be, we will invite them to be part of our community, Facebook group. And we say, hey, do you want to have this free training or free videos, free content in that group? So we built this, I have about 100 over 1,000 people in that group, regardless whether they are our clients or no, as long as they are looking for almost the same thing, the same team. And then from there, we have the time. The first thing is we have the time to nurture, to build trust, to provide more content, to educate them about our brand, about our business, about our product or our services. So when we build community, we have more time to earn their trust. If you go with the normal way of advertising, people come and go, prospects come and go. And we are in a noisy world, like people are competing to get clients. And if people like you on your Facebook, but they don't stay with you, you'll probably miss them the next second to other people. So what we have realized in 2014, I must bring them closer to me. Me means company or our brand. Bring them closer. How? Bring them into a pool of event or audiences. Bring them into a Facebook group or any channel like mobiles, Telegram, and everything. So you want to gain that time so that you can gain more trust from them. So the second step, that what you want to show them that you are committed to engage with them, to communicate with them, to have conversation with them before you really convert them to be your client. And the most important part will be the third part, definitely, as when we are running a business or we run businesses, is bottom line. We want to increase our ROI on our advertising budget and marketing costs, marketing acquisition costs. We want to increase retention rate. We want to gain lifetime value from each customer so that we can gain them longer, retain them longer, you know. And definitely we want to increase turnover for our client, if you're talking about advertising company perspective, or even you're running on your own marketing point. You want to increase your return ROI, and definitely you want to, not to reduce your cost, but to have a better cost efficiency when you run your own whole campaign. So when I was like being asked to talk about this topic, would building community and running event marketing will increase your loyal audiences to me, and is that something really effective to us? You saw the video. I can share with you a few more slides about our event, if you don't mind. Yep. This is where we started 2008. You know, it's a very small group, probably about 40, 50 people. And then we grew from that point, grew up to, this is probably about 2,000 people. So this is using event marketing base. But you know what happened when we start to build the community? I'll show you the next few slides. This is still based on event marketing, total advertising marketing strategy, not community building yet. Next. Now this is 4,500 people. 1 year after that, after 2008. Next. And then since then, we keep on running with a few thousand people. Next. More. And this was in one of the stadium. There's about 8,000 to 10,000 people in this stadium. It's a small stadium. And at this point, we started to build the community. We bring people into our group, Facebook group. And you know what happened? When we have the Facebook group, we have people, prospect came into that group and spend time with us. You know, if you understand, Dr. Cialdini said, the power to influence. One of the most important parts to influence people is you must spend the time with them and give them the attention. So when you give the time, you give the attention, they will start to build something called trust. When people start to trust you, they will start to give you money. But to gain that trust, you must give the time, you must give the attention. And as the third part, the element of it will be education, content. Give them something, the power of reciprocal. Give them something, give first, and then you gain back more in terms of brand building and brand value. So next, this was a few of our events. I think this was last year, if I'm not mistaken. Next. This is about 12,000 people in that room. I don't know who's that guy. I wonder. Okay, next. That was my brother. I'm joking. Next. All right, this is one of our event. It's about 12,000 people in this room. Next. So all of these people are entrepreneur. So I run advertising agency. So how do I get my clients? How do I get my non-stop clients funnel? From the event. So from the online community, they love us, they love the brand, they love the company, they love the whatever that we taught them. We invite them to come to the event, live event. Then from the live event, we consult them and then bring them to be our clients and choose the kind of clients that we want. And then we build that whole, the whole ecosystem. So we are not, our problem will be our problem is not to have enough client. Our problem is not to have enough consultant to deal with them. How many of you would like to have more customer than you can handle? How many of you would love to have that? You like that idea? You know, how about those companies that run an advertising agency? If you could help your clients to build community so that every single cent that they spend on advertising budget gives them a better return on investment, better ROI on their marketing cost acquisition. So I think that they will be happy with you and they will love you to be actually working with them for a longer period of time. So, and I want to share with you, the event marketing, event structure and community building is not being built by us alone. There's a lot of brands outside there are doing this. Have you heard Salesforce? You know Salesforce, every single year they got Dreamforce event. It involves like 15,000, 20,000 people in San Francisco. When I was there early last year, it's full of people. Like the whole San Francisco is like coming over there for Dreamforce event. Everybody. And they were like asking me, are you here for Dreamforce event? You know, these are the few events that we have. Let me finish this and then I want to show you. Yep. Salesforce Dreamforce event. It's a huge event. If you've never been there, you should experience it. This is what they do. Building community and running event. Because it gives engagement. It gives people chance to know you, to know more about what you do. And it's a chance for us to get closer to you. You know? So, and then we have, you can see there's a lot of big brands like Facebook. They have every year, they have their F8 event. It's a large event as well. They build the community and they bring them into one room. And then Google, they have I/O event. They build the community and then they bring them into one room or one event. And then Apple, they have WWDC, same thing, same structure. Microsoft, they have built event. So if you could understand the whole idea of the whole thing here, would be the two things: community building, event marketing. You put everybody into one event and you do whatever the marketing that you want, because everybody is in one room, and that allow you to really engage with them, and they would have the chance to engage if you understand you more. And to me, you know, the best way to win someone's heart is actually to bring them a date into one event, treat them dinner, and it's much easier, higher chance for you to create loyalty with the dates or the women, if you are trying to court a woman, if you understand what I'm trying to say. If it's far distance love, it's not easy. You might lose it to someone else. All right, so that's why community building, you don't try to do that with your dates. You don't build a community building with so many women. But I'm trying to say here, this is the two methods that we found in Richworks, created a lot of loyal audiences, a lot of raving fans, a lot of people. I heard a topic about just now, having influencer and ambassador. We got over 1 million ambassador. Our customer, our followers are helping us talking about our brand and sharing to other people about our brands. Just to share with you our recent upcoming event in January, end of January. When we launched that event last 2 months, it took us only 3 days to fill up that event. 15,000 people registered for that event. Because we have the Facebook group, we launched within that Facebook group, and we told them that we are going to have one event next year. It took us only 3.5 days to have the whole event sold out. You know, so building community, building online community, will give you more advantage compared to your competitors. So that's my experience. So I hope that you got something from the whole conversation today. And if you probably want to ask any question, you may do so if I still have time. I stay about 5-10 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. And if I could help you to see how you could do this, you know, I love to do so. You can connect with me on my LinkedIn as well, you know, if you want to ask anything else further after this. Yeah. Emma, pass to you.
Let's go.
How many of you got something from the whole context, the whole idea of this?
Do we have any questions from the audience? We must have loads down there, absolutely. Yeah. So I will come around. I'll get my Annika pants on. Hang on.
First, hello.
Hi.
Yeah, hi.
Where
First, thank you
is-
so much for sharing your views. It was really enriching.
Thank you.
I have just one simple question. Like, what is your strategy, or what is that formula which you use to draw the audience to your events?
Okay. Let's break it into the initial part of it. Okay, the first initial part of it is you must be really clear who is your audience, who is your targeted market. That's the most important part. You know, who are you looking for? Who do you want to attract? Whose attention that you want? Because attention, anyway, so I call it attention economy. You know, you want to draw whose attention. So you must draw that first, very clearly. Don't try to pull too many kind of audiences. Like, for example, I do believe, of course, we want to attract as many as we could, the kind of audiences, but you must focus on the top number one audience or people that you want. Like in our case, we love to attract women as our number one target. The age must be between 28 to 36. And I prefer them to have 2 children, married with 2 children, or not married, but with 2 children. And they're working. For example, this is the kind of people that I want. So every single content that we bring out or we put out there, it must be connected to this. And the second part will be understanding what's their intention. Because the intention, if we could match between the intention with the kind of attention that we want to throw to them or we want to highlight to them, then we are going to bring them forward, or you are going to have the advantage of bring them closer to you. For example, women from 28 to 36. For example, you know, say they are working and they are looking for means on how to create, to have other income. You know, like in Malaysia, like some people are really struggling in really maintaining their life. their lifestyle or having survive with their salary, their current salary. So what we did was we designed the kind of content. For example, ask them this question like, are you really happy with whatever that you have now? Are you happy with your kind of income that you have now? Or are you struggling? You know, do you need help with how to make sure that your business is growing? And those kind of content will definitely have higher chances to catch their attention. And then we will offer them to download, for example, certain kind of ebook, watch certain kind of videos. Then most of the time we want them to, I call it Instagram phrase, DM us, direct message us, or PM, personal message us. And because we want them to ask us questions like, hey, how do I do this? How do I do that? You know, and then from there we will bring them into our group. And we really spend time within that group. Because we call it cash of the day. When we manage to bring them into our Facebook group, the chances for us to really bring them convert them to be our customer or client is super high. Yeah, but we use every single medium, Insta, IG, Facebook, YouTube, blog, every single channel that we could on social media to bring the traffic into that Facebook group. If you use Facebook as the base. You know, some people they're using Telegram group as the base. Some people using WhatsApp group as the base. Some people have their own apps, you know. So, or email structure. But nowadays, I'm not saying we still use email, but the real conversation normally is when it's real time. Like I can speak to you, I can comment to you, you can comment it back, you know, that will be the real conversation. Yep. Thank you for that question. All right.
Any other questions? Has anyone else got any questions from the floor? Was that hand at the back? Hang on a second.
Sorry?
How many years did you take to build this aura?
How many years do I build this? I started 2008, to be exact, June 2008. It took me only 1 year to have 4,500 people in my classroom. Because of my background in advertising, and I still run my advertising agency until today, a 4A's accredited company. So normally I don't have to promote that I'm running an advertising agency. I don't have to. People will come to me and ask for help. That's easy peasy for me, you know, because we created this event and community building, and people are running to ask for help. So it took us the first year. Within that first year, we have 4,500 people in that classroom, and then every single week, few thousand people. You know, the highest figure that we had was 126,000 in 1 year. That was in 2013. Am I planning to be here? I'm not. Sorry? India. Yeah, somebody actually came to me last 3 weeks to Malaysia and tried to pitch me to be in India. We probably can talk about it. You know, I love to help more. Just to put it in the other way, to understand you probably think that I'm running this on a business perspective, but let me put it with you. I'm not on profit purpose. I am really more on a different purpose. My purpose is, in me, if you want to know, I am working on a mission. My mission is to help to reduce poverty problem. A lot of people are not having enough money to sustain their life. That's what I'm doing. You know, we run all this program to actually help them to improve their lifestyle, so that they could improve their family. That's my purpose, my bigger purpose. And that's why India is one of the places I know they need help. You know, we can't really do it for everybody, but we can build the community to help you so that you can probably help more people. You know, somebody invited me to speak in South Africa in March next year for this kind of micro businesses event. So I do believe in that. But that's one side of the whole thing. But to answer the question, yes, I am looking forward to help more people. Yep. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yes.
Hi, thank you
Hi.
so much for a very interesting speech. I wanted to ask, you have, on that group, for sure you have different types of content. For some of it should be like freebies, you know, free giveaways of some information. So my question is, which types of this free giveaway of information, like e-books, leaflets, videos, which formats work the best?
All right.
And can work the best for you?
Okay.
And how often you post them?
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. I love that question. So we have to probably spend 3 days for me to draw the whole thing for you. Okay? But I'm trying to summarize it in a very quick way. What do you want? Simple as this. You want them to come into your house. And my house is my Facebook group. The faster you can come to my house, the faster that we can have relationship, long-term relationship. You know? So how do I do that? You simply have to really prepare for different platform. You really have to think different platform with different thing. For example, like Instagram, normally we work on, hey, who needs any free advice, free consultation? Come to us. Yep.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No, how to lead them, I will lead them perfectly well. I know 100%.
Yeah.
But the question is like how the conversion within the very group. So when you are communicating within the group already, you know, and they are like hot leads, so which types of free giveaway content is working the best for you?
All right.
You know, not just general advertising, but like valuable content.
Got it.
Thank you so much.
Three kind of important content that you want to put out. Number one, for general audiences, I normally segregate it into different kind of income level or business level. If you are newbies in the business, if you're growing the businesses, doing few 100,000 a month to few millions a year, or you're making few 100 million, 50 to 100 million and above per year. And I split that into 3 different kind of content, and I put it out posting, for example, hey, if you're new in this business, you're not sure what to do, why do you download this thing? But then we will have free live video session of like Zoom session or webinar session for this group. But you sign up first or download this ebook first, then I know you are this kind of person. And then for the growth kind of group, I will give them, hey, do you have to struggle? You can't even break that 1 million a year or 1 million a month or how many what's the numbers? And then this is the 10 mistake that people are having, for example. So you download this and then we are going to give you another free session. So, and then the third part, same thing. You know, so you really segregate that 3 category of people. Then you must make sure that they fill up certain kind of question and forms so that you could validate them to confirm or to segregate them that they are the right person that you want to work with or you want to really deal with. You know, so that would be how we do it on the back end, the structure. Does that answer your question? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Any other questions? And with that, I think we'll wrap up. Azizan Osman,
Great.
founder
Thank
of
you.
Richworks.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you.